welcome to the Crafty Pixie. I'm Bee. Thank you so much for stopping by. It really means a lot. Really, it does. Thank you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload every Wednesday. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave comments in the comments down below. I really like hearing from you guys, and I like to try to respond to you. If you have any questions or helpful tips or anything like that, I would really, really love to hear from you. In today's video, this came out of necessity. A lot of my stuff comes out of necessity, and my mom has moved in with us, and she suffered a stroke a couple of years ago, so one arm is not as strong as the other, and she came to me and asked me to open a jar. And I was like, sure, no problem. Open jars all the time. I could not get this jar open. I couldn't. It just didn't want to work. So I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it, and I'm all like, I could do something. Let's try it. And I went to the store and I found some non-slip shelf liner. It's pretty thin, but it grips really, really well. So I came back and I sewed it to a piece of fabric. And now we have this cute, comes in really, really handy jar opener. Or, you know, if you just need to grip something to get it to reopen or whatever, you know, if you have like barbecue sauce or something and your kids have left a smear inside the lid and now you can't get the lid back open, you know. But it's great. It's got the non-slip shelf liner, and then you've got the fabric behind, and then the fabric behind. So you literally, it's cotton fabric. You literally hold on to it, stick it on a jar, and you turn it. It's very beginner friendly, very easy to do. I'm going to show you how. I'll have a link in the description below to Amazon to find some non-slip shelf liner, but I found mine at the dollar store. You can find it at Walmart. I just really love Amazon. So we're gonna find a link and get the link for you so that you can have it. So let's get to materials and get started. All right, the materials for this project are pretty simple. You're going to need some clips. You're going to need two 6.5 by 6.5 piece of cotton fabric. I love this fabric. Isn't this the cutest thing? I was like taking my mom shopping at Walmart and decided to walk around their fabric area, and it's just like sitting there, and I'm like, yes, it's so cute. And then you're going to need a 6.5 by 6.5 piece of non-slip shelf liner. I found mine at the dollar store. I know they sell them, you know, at Walmart and stuff too. They usually come in a roll like this with, you know, that's what my packaging looks like. I'll try to link a place on Amazon for you for it, if I can find one. And then you're going to need your normal sewing machine, matching thread, and some scissors. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay one piece of cotton fabric with the pretty side up, and then we're going to lay the non-stick, or non-slip, I should say, liner on top, and then we're going to lay the other piece of fabric pretty side down. You don't really have to worry very much about, you know, directional prints or anything because this is a square. And then we're going to take our pins or clips. You can use pins too if you want. And then we're just going to clip all the way around. You're going to leave like 1.5 inches opening so that we can turn this right side out. Since you have the non-stick piece in the center, you're going to need a little bit of a bigger opening so that it accommodates the bulk. You can use as many clips as you want or as few clips as you want, it doesn't matter. All right, and then I'm gonna leave about 1.5 inches right there. So take it over to the sewing machine and you're gonna sew at a 2.5 millimeter stitch length all the way around, leaving that opening. Make sure you back stitch really well at the beginning, at the end, and you're gonna have a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I'm gonna go to the sewing machine and do that now, and I'll be right back. Okay, once you've done that, you should have something that looks reasonably similar to this. So we're gonna come through and we're gonna clip the edges like we always do. Make sure you do not cut the stitches. I'm also gonna clip these little corners right here. You can trim down the seam allowance too if you want to. I think mine's pretty good, so I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, and then you're gonna come through and you're gonna pull it right side out. Now the biggest thing is you have, I don't know if you can see it very well, but you've got 3 layers right here. The 2 outer and then the inner. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pull it out with 2 pieces together, like the non-slip and the cotton together, and then your other piece. So that when you pull it right side out, you're going to have a finished piece. Now with this, you want to try to be careful because you're not going to really be able to iron the seams because of the non-slip material. So just be really careful when you're doing this. Try not to wrinkle. You can try using a pressing cloth if you really want to press it, but I'm pretty sure this material is like vinyl and it's going to melt. All right. Stick your fingers in there and poke out the corners. Just like that. So this is what you've got. You can roll the edges to try to make it as even as possible. All right, there you go. So then you can come through and I got little strings here, hold on. You can come through and blind stitch this opening closed, or you can put a piece of tape along the bottom of the presser foot, or switch to your walking foot and come through and top stitch everything, all of the sides closed. Another thing that you can do if you want to, I didn't even think of it until like right now, but if you have some binding or if you make binding or anything like that, you can actually come through and bind around the entire edge. So you've got a little finished piece if you want. But I'm gonna go to the sewing machine with my tape on the bottom of my presser foot, and I'm going to top stitch around the entire edge. You're gonna do 1/4 inch seam allowance, or sorry, not 1/4, 1/8 inch seam allowance with a 3 millimeter stitch length. I'm gonna go do that right now, and I'll be right back. All right, now that is done, and voila! Super easy. Doesn't take very much time at all. They make great gifts, especially for, you know, college kids or people who are a bit older and need a little bit more assistance. They don't have the strength that they used to have. But yeah, super, super easy. And it's big enough. You know, I got small hands, but that's still big enough to open a jar or anything like that. All right, and you're done. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave comments in the description or in the comment section down below. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I upload every Wednesday. And please make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. I really appreciate it. And until next time, see ya.